How do I see comments on this thing?
See Q&A live. Oh, yeah.
Can you leave a comment just so I can see how to view it? I don't know how many viewers though, so that's why I'm saying that. Can you leave a comment just so I can see what it looks like?
By the way, people can see your live stream later.
Okay, guys, thanks for getting on. Sorry that took a little while. We had some technical difficulties. This is the first YouTube live I've ever done with the Q&A, so this is new for me. Had to figure out a couple things. Mom, can you turn that off in the background? Because you can hear it. Okay, so I don't see how you can view comments right now in YouTube or in the Google Hangout. So if you have any questions, I'm just gonna have you submit them via DM on Instagram. So maybe if you have like a different link pulled up on your Instagram, you can just DM me questions as we go on the fly, and I'll answer them kind of as we go. But I'm really, really excited to do this with you guys. And the reason I wanted to do it is because it'll help me to get to know you guys a lot better. And I hope that it helps you to understand like me and what I'm doing a little bit more as well. So I'm going to just go ahead on Instagram and go and look at some of the questions that you guys asked me previously and answer some of those. And then once again, if you are watching this right now and you have any questions, just go to Easton Creed Allred on Instagram and just send me your questions and I'll answer them kind of on the fly and as we go. So let's start out with, let's see. Okay, so when do you start dieting leading up to track, and basically what do you eat? That was a question that I got from Jake Smith. So basically, I think that nutrition is the biggest part of running. Like if I were to say like one thing that really separates like great runners from average runners, I would say that it's the way you eat. And I wouldn't just say like I start like trying to eat good foods leading up to track season. I don't really call it a diet because it's something that I do all the time. It's like what my lifestyle is. Nutrition is everything for me. I'm a plant-based athlete, so a lot of people disagree with that because they think I'm not going to get my protein and they think that that's going to not be beneficial. But the reason I like doing it is because, well, first of all, Scott Jurek is one of the best ultramarathoners in the world, arguably the best ultramarathoner in the entire world. He's a plant-based athlete. He's done it all through that. He's proven that that does work. So I don't just do that leading up to track season. I do it all the time. I'm always plant-based, and I try to get not a ton of sugar in, but I'm also not crazy either. Like Aiden Troutner just won NXN Nike Cross Nationals, and he had a white macadamia nut cookie like the night before the race. So you don't have to be perfect, but I definitely think that just like having a pretty balanced diet is good to have. And let's see, we're gonna go on to the next question. So I'm just reading these off of my Instagram DMs too. And do you want to manage this and just see if there's any questions that you like, and you can just ask me those? Okay, so I've gotten a lot of questions about my college and about how I do my education. So this is really interesting, actually. I decided to try something crazy a couple years ago. In 6th grade, I dropped out of school, and I just decided that I was going to do online school. And that was really scary for me at first because I didn't really know anybody that was doing that. And the reason I did it is because I wanted to have more free time to do basketball and to start a business and start a YouTube, a podcast. I didn't really know what that all involved, but it's worked really well for me, and it allowed me some extra time to explore my passions. So I did that, and it's been like one of the best decisions I've made in my entire life. And then I did online school for 2 years. Is that right? 2 years?
A year.
Yeah. Okay. So I did online school 2 years, a year and a half. And then after that, I went to the local community college and I tested into college. And right now I'm working on my communications degree. And so I'm not going to graduate with any high school degree whatsoever. I'm only getting an associate's degree. And it's really funky. It's never before tried. It's definitely a little risky, but Now that I've actually made that jump and I've actually like seen what that's like, it's been huge for me. I've loved doing that. And yeah, it just allows me like a way more free time to explore like what I'm interested in, my passions. Okay, so yeah, and then I'm gonna go to the next question, if it'll load right here. So another one of the common questions, I'm waiting for this one to load, is do I have a girlfriend? Am I single? Yes, always single. So there's the answer to that question. And then another question I got was, what's like the most mentally hard thing with running, and how have I been able to overcome that? One thing that's been really difficult for me is pre-race nerves, because I get really, really nervous and anxious before big races like state and nationals and NXR. Got really, really nervous before all those races, and it was like pretty difficult for me at the start because I just like have to throw up before races, and it made me dislike the sport a little bit. And so I've read a lot about that. I've done a lot of research to help me to be. All right, can everybody hear?
Oh, they're saying the sound is off.
Let's see. Does it sound good now? Thanks for telling me. I think it was Jaden Smith who told me that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, how do I stay motivated through the off season? That's tough. So I've got a lot of amazing teammates who keep me motivated during the regular season. That's not like a super hard thing for me because I wake up every morning and I know what my goals are. I focus on that every single day. And I've also got I'll show you my wall actually right here. I've got my Nike jersey hung up right there. And then I'll look at my goals every morning. So I know what I'm going after, and that really motivates me. So that's easy. During the off season, I think that the best way to stay motivated is just with anything is just know what you want. That's been really big for me. And I think that that's something that not everybody has, is just knowing what your goals are, making sure that you review them every day. So yeah, that's what the answer to that one is. And then, also another thing is just having people that will keep you accountable. And I've told you guys this, I've got a teammate and he's on the live right now, is Chris Theodore. And this guy is just an animal. If you're slacking off your workouts, he'll just destroy you. So that never, ever happened to me. So I almost puked after every single workout. And I think that it was really, really good to have that extra person keeping me accountable. So yeah, I'm not getting ton of other questions. I've gotten a lot of a couple of the same questions I've answered already. Oh, okay. So this one is not really a question I got, but it's something that I'm super passionate about and would love to share with you guys. So one way that I plan like my day and I do my goals is through the Passion Planner. This thing has seriously changed my life. And let's see, I'll just show you like what it kind of looks like inside. So this is just like what I did for like last week. And I think it was Christmas week too. So, but it'll just has you put like a weekly focus, and then I'll write down like what my weekly goals are. This has been big time for me. It just helps me to be more focused throughout my day. And I've been using it for like 6 months. You can just like see that it's just filled up. I use this thing every single day. And then another thing I would love to share with you guys is how I do my goals. It's the New Year's coming up, and I think it's really, really important that you're setting goals not just for the new year, but or everybody sets goals for the new year, but then they lose them. I think the statistic is like within the first 2 months, 90% of people have already dropped off their goals. I'm not sure what the exact date is there, but I read a book recently on goal setting that has changed like everything that I'm doing. In the last 6 months, I've written a book. I've started a YouTube channel. I've gotten straight A's in college, except for this last semester that killed me. But I recognize that a lot of my biggest goals have been achieved within the last 6 months since I read this book. It's called the 12-week year. So the way I do my goals is in sets of 12 weeks or 3 months, and I'll just have one single goal that I focus on for that entire time. And at first that idea and that concept sounded ridiculous to me just because there are so many things in my life that I like to be working on. And so it was difficult to kind of just focus on one single thing. But what I realized is as I took the time to just focus on that one thing, I was able to achieve that as opposed to spreading myself thin throughout 10 goals, which is what I've done my entire life. So this was like writing a book was a goal for one of my 12 weeks. And then I was able to get this and just some incredible. Oh, it's called Fuel. Let me see that question. So yeah, this is the book, and it's, let's see, it is 111 pages or something. Oh, wait, 113 pages, and this is like everything that I've learned over the past couple of years, like all of my secrets. That was huge for me to be able to write. And then one of my 12-week goals was to get a YouTube channel up and to get 500 subscribers by New Year's. That one's a little iffy. I think we're at 430 right now. I need 70 more within like the next 2 days. So help me out on that one, guys. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Is there any other questions you guys have for me?
Someone asked what gear you got at NXN.
What gear?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Should I show them?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me grab this real quick. NXN was seriously like one of the coolest experiences in my entire life. I got this at NXR. It was pretty sweet. Makes me feel cool. And then this is the jersey I got. I still haven't washed it yet. I don't think I will wash it. It's just caked in mud, and it's like really, really high quality stuff. And then I also got some sweatpants, a really nice running shirt, and oh yeah, I got some shoes too. These are the shoes they give you at Nike. Pretty sweet, not bad. Let's see. I Smith, Easton, can you sign mine? Absolutely.
Someone asked, how did you run for high school if you didn't go there?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll answer that in a second. How do I run for high school if I don't go there? But also, I just want to respond to Landon Rass. So Landon just commented on the live stream that he got his book signed by me. So actually at NXR, the race that leads into NXN, which is the big national race, I saw Landon, who runs for Legend, super good runner, and I went up to him and gave him a copy of my book and signed it for him. And then I think the next day he like ran one of his best races ever. He said he hadn't read the book yet, but like he had the book and it made him run way faster. So that's got to be the trick, right, Landon? So I got the question, do I run in college? If so, where? And then the answer to that is no, I don't run in college. I want to run for BYU or Stanford or something like that in the next couple of years. Right now I run for Rock Canyon High School, and the reason I'm able to do that even though I go to college is that so technically I'm not taking like enough credits in college right now to be a full-time student. And so and my mom is technically homeschooling me. So there's like a bunch of weird stuff that we have to get around, but I am able to run for the high school even though I'm taking all college classes. So yeah, that's what I got for that. And then do we have any other questions before we get off this thing?
Somebody wants to know if you're into skateboarding.
Am I into skateboarding? I wish I could be a good skater, but I'd get injured from running, and I'm too much of a baby to try stuff on skateboarding. So no, I'm not a skater. Do we have any other cool questions that you wanted to look at? Okay. Answer Demi's question. Demi, what was your question? I didn't see it. Oh, I see one up here. What's the best running shoe you have? Let me just grab it for you, actually. So, I've got the Nike Pegs. I love these things to train in. They're super nice. These are actually the ones they gave us at Nike Nationals. Yeah, they're really nice. Had a bunch of injuries in other shoes, so I really like those. And then these are the ones I raced in for track. Look how destroyed they are from NXN. So I love both of these shoes. They're great. How do you avoid injury? What's your weekly mileage? Avoiding injury. So basically, I go to this place called RX Recovery, and it's really, really nice. They've got like hot tubs, cold tubs, compression boots, stim. I do that, and then also eating really healthy keeps me to like, or helps me in my body to like not be inflamed. And just like knowing my body, knowing how much I can handle has helped me to not get injured. So that's been huge. Oh, there I can see on the YouTube now, huh? Let's see. Here, Mom, why don't you read me those? Because I can't see those. Too much to manage. Oh wow, okay.
So somebody asked, what is your best career race?
What is my best career race? For sure NXR. I had a really great race at NXR. And I was just mad after a bad state race. So I came back at NXR and I think I got third. I was like 2 seconds behind the guy who won NXN. And so, yeah, that was a really big race for me. I ran 14:53 for 5K. So that was super fun. Okay.
And then Carson Timmons, what appeals to you most about running?
So yeah, this one's actually interesting. After I had a really bad race at state, I took a break for a little bit and I decided to just figure out like what I loved about running. I kind of reevaluated everything I was doing after state. And what I decided I really liked about running is, number one, I love the people. The people are absolutely incredible. Number two, it's like meditation, like just being outside and being able to run on trails is incredible. And then number three is just like to be able to get that exercise feels so good. And then Demi Francis and Lauren Likes asked how to avoid sugar and sweets. So something I've done a lot of research on is willpower. And actually, yeah, thank you, Lauren and Demi, for that question. So the reason, or the best way I've been able to do that is just get rid of sugar and sweets inside of the house, because you actually only have a certain amount of willpower. So if you're able to just get those things out of you, then you're not going to be like tempted to eat those. And then Mary McCullough asked, how's Penny, which is the new dog we just got. Penny's great. She peed in my room this morning, which is annoying. I had to clean it up. Somehow I always get in charge of cleaning up her poo. So yeah, Penny's kind of on the verge with me right now. I'm kind of mad at her. And then, okay, I'm looking at other questions I'm getting right now. Mom, did you see any other ones on the?
Yeah.
Oh, Brendan McGinley, I think the name is, on YouTube, asked, did you consider going to Foot Locker? No, this year I didn't consider it at all. A lot of the great runners I'm friends with and that I know, they all went to Nike Nationals, so I was totally set on that. And also Nike Nationals is a big team thing, and I got to be roommates with Charlie Perry. Shout out, I see him on the Insta Live. But yeah, Nike was definitely the way to go this year. But I don't know about Foot Locker next year. The guy who won it this year, Dylan Jacobs, is a super cool guy. And I was talking to him about the race afterwards, and he says that Foot Locker is super sick. So who knows? Maybe I'll try it next year. I'm thinking about it. What do you eat in milk is good? That's a question.
When you were talking about your food, they weren't on. They could.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Ryan Taylor on the YouTube asked, "What do you eat and is milk good?" So I eat a lot of smoothies, a lot of fruit smoothies because they're super high in antioxidants and got a lot of good stuff. I think milk is actually bad for you, causes inflammation, and also almond milk has twice the amount of calcium. So I think that the rumor about like having milk makes your bones stronger. I've actually done a ton of research on this, and it's not actually true. My dad's an orthopedic surgeon, has done countless hours of research on it, and that's just his take on it. On the Instagram live, Mara Smith asked, "Have you graduated high school already, and how did that work?" So no, actually, I have not graduated high school. I'm not going to graduate high school. I tested out of it, or I just tested into college, and I'm not going to get a GED. So colleges that I want to get into the future are not going to ask for my high school degree if I already have my college associate's degree, if that makes sense. So thank you, Mara, for that question. Max asked, how do you get all the vitamins and protein you need if you're a vegetarian? So, so first of all, I'm actually vegan, so it's like a little bit different from vegetarian. So yeah, I like how, I don't know, Kaylin Treedox, I don't know what your real name is, but the Instagram name said that plant protein is the first and primary source of protein. I like it. So the way I see protein and from the research that I've done on it, I've learned that protein is something that's been advertised way too much. Like, you don't actually need that much protein. The amount of protein I get from just like eating beans and like the smoothies I have is more than enough protein. Yeah, I don't even take like any protein supplements or anything like that. The only thing I do take that you need from me is B12, so I have to have that. If Aaron Hart, dude, what's up, Aaron? If two vegans have an argument, is it considered beef? Dude, of course it's considered beef. Okay, let's go on the YouTube, see what other questions I got. Nina asked, how did you learn about Ryan Trahan? What's up, Nina? How are you? She runs on the same team as me. She's super cool. So Chris actually told me about Ryan Trahan, and his vlogs I think are relatively similar to mine, so I'm really inspired by him. I think he's a pretty cool guy. What's up, Adam Emelkamp? How you doing? There's your shout out. Let's see. You need to create trainer. Oh yeah, that's for Penny. I do need to do something with Penny. She's crazy. So yeah, I think that's basically it. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know really quick before I stop the YouTube and Instagram live. But I really appreciate you guys hopping on. Let me ask you guys a question that you guys can leave in the comments real quick. First of all, if you've seen the YouTube videos, what's your favorite video? Just so I can know how to adjust to you guys. And then what's something that you would like to see me do more of, just through my Instagram, through my YouTube, and through my podcast and all the things I'm doing. So just yeah, leave that below really quick. Oh, we got one more question. Cody asked, what do you eat before races? That's actually a really good question. I used to have beet juice before every single race just because it makes your body absorb more oxygen. And so I used to have that before races, but after NXR I didn't, or before NXR I didn't have, and I ran really well. So now I just have a PBJ, and I'll have some oatmeal in the morning as well.
With
and then
blueberries?
Yeah, with blueberries. And then the night before a race, I'll just have a ton of pasta and stuff. How many minutes did you improve from freshman year in the 5K? That's tough because I didn't really run the 5K that much freshman year. I think I ran 16:07 at NXR, and then I ran 14:53 the next year. So over a minute on that. But let's see, was there any more questions on there?
Yeah. Who's most inspirational you met?
Oh, most inspirational person I've met. Ooh, that's a good question. Mom, who did you say is like the
I'd say
most
Lewis House.
Lewis Howes? Yeah, Lewis Howes is pretty sick. I really like Lewis Howes. He's a personal development guy. He's really inspired me. And then also,
Book sign.
oh yeah, and I got to go meet Lewis Howes. So that was pretty sick. And then also Jimmer Fredette is really inspirational for me. For on the side of running, I think Casey Klinger and Steve Prefontaine are pretty sick. Hopefully, I like to run with Casey Klinger in the next couple of years at BYU. Do you plan on learning another language? Yeah, definitely. I want to learn Spanish, and then I'm also Mormon. I'm LDS, and so I'm hoping that when I go on my mission, I'll be called to serve in a different language, and so I'll be able to learn that as well. So yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, I really appreciate you guys getting on.
Wait, someone else asked you.
No, I think those were all the questions.
How do you carve up for the race? Did you answer that?
Yeah. I just said I have like pasta and stuff before races, but all right. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you. Have a nice night, and if you have any questions ever, I want to get to know you guys better. And yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. See ya.